Hey everyone, welcome back to Nutrition Made Simple. And Nutrition Made Simple is a video series that we've created to take common or even sometimes complex ideas regarding health, and we're going to provide natural, easy to understand, and actionable steps that pretty much anyone can take. And with that in mind, this month we're actually focusing our conversation on our Core 4 program. And if you're unfamiliar with our Core 4 program, it's just a foundational supplementation regimen that we have created to help anybody that's starting out supplementing, or even for somebody that's been doing it for a long time. So the Core 4 is comprised of a multivitamin, an omega-3 supplement, a greens powder with probiotics, and magnesium. And like I said, these are the 4 foundational supplements that we believe everyone needs to feel and function their best. So this week we're taking a look at supplement number 1, and that's multivitamins. And I've got here with me Ed, who is the owner and founder of Nutrition World, and he's going to help me out a little bit. So Ed, a multivitamin in many ways is a foundational nutrient that not pretty much, everyone really needs to be taking, and a lot of people are. The issue is that quality is not always up to par, formulations are not always up to par, but before we get to that, can you take a minute and just explain what vitamins are and why they're so important to the body?
Absolutely, Brian. You know, vitamins are substances that our bodies cannot produce, and they actually will die without the proper amount. And so we have to accumulate those from an external source, hopefully a lot of it from your foods, but of course, due to so many multiple reasons, the food sources are not dependable. Foods picked before they're ripe, transported across the world, grown with Roundup, so there's a dozen reasons. So we have to fill those gaps, and I use the analogy of an orchestra. If you want to have an orchestra that's playing the most beautiful on-tune music, you would have to really be on your game with the musicians, and the instruments had to be tuned up perfectly. And that is how kind of nutrients work, especially the multivitamin, because it's trying to tune up our orchestra within. And if you had a real orchestra and it was really playing garbled music, you wouldn't fix just one thing. You'd have to go in and probably work on many multiple layers and levels to get that music in tune. The same with the multivitamin. So, you know, a lot of what we do every day, or most of what we do every day, is what's going to build our health for the future. Not only will it make us feel better today, but it will make us hopefully last longer, but with quality of life. And, you know, I know with the Core 4, I have looked at so many people and their supplement program, and many times it has a missing gap in it. And again, you miss the trumpets and orchestra, you're going to lose something. But this multiple, and especially the ones we choose because we're so cautious about it, will fill in, I don't know, I'd say 60 to 65% of what the human body needs.
Wow. I actually didn't know that. That's pretty impressive. So when we take a look at multivitamins, there are obviously a lot of options. Even we carry a plethora of multivitamins on our shelves. And you'll see different formulations. You'll see different delivery methods like tablets or capsules. So why don't we just spend a little bit of time? What are some of the few key things that you're looking for when you're choosing a multivitamin?
Well, you know, we offer a whole array because some people have individual needs. But I'm telling from my experience and my experience of 4+ decades, I really believe most of us should do 2 things. We should choose a multivitamin that is encapsulated rather than a tablet, especially past age 40. We never know how many enzymes we have or that we lack. Without the proper enzymes, we may not break these tablets down, even with the best companies. So I believe in encapsulation. Second, I believe in twice-a-day dosing. Why is that? And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just want to take things once a day. The problem is you only maintain a blood level of almost all of these things, except the fat-soluble nutrients, for only 8 hours, maybe 10. So you're only getting, 1/3 of the day covered with the protection of these nutrients. So I'm a big fan of doing a morning and lunch or a morning and supper, depending on how you feel comfortable, but at least delaying it some hours so you get the level and then it starts dropping and you get a second level going up. That's the key to getting double results if you do that. So those are two of the very important bullet points for me, for most people.
Right. So let's talk formulations for just a second. Quality is everything when it comes to supplements. That's something we have said in the past, and we will continue to say that they are not always created equal. So knowing your sourcing, knowing the brands that you can trust is extremely important, and multivitamins are no different in that regard. So with formulations, what are some of the key quality components you're looking for, and what are some of the things that you're wanting to stay away from?
Well, I don't think there's any significant dangers in getting even the cheapest multivitamin, but the danger to me is that you don't get results. It would be, far more dangerous if these were drugs, and they're not. They're natural products. And we do have one of the highest safety records in the country of consumable goods. And so to me, I like the metaphor of, I love technology and I'm great at it, but there's a big chunk I don't know about. How do I purchase the right computer? Brian knows all about that because he does all of that. I can walk into Best Buys and I literally could be sold anything because I don't have the background knowledge to know all about which RAM do I need and the speed and the this. So I love a Mac. So I trust the brand because I know with experience it's going to serve my needs. It may not be all perfect, but I know at least it'll serve my needs. And that's what you need to know with a multivitamin because I'm telling you, there's so many that are, number one, outdated, the formula. Do you know how much PubMed research is published like every day? It's substantial, and especially since COVID hit, there's been so much research on nutrients and how it affects the body in a positive manner. We have more health professionals that actually are accepting the therapeutic use of nutrients now than I ever dreamed possible. I spend an hour a day minimum looking at research every single day. Well, I still see multivitamins that I worked at GNC in 1977, and I swear there's some formulas that are still from 77, Brian.
Yeah.
And so we don't want that. That'd be like buying a computer from 77, my little Commodore that I had or whatever. So you want the latest and current research. Vitamin K is one of the most life-saving nutrients, has to be in your protocol for healthy arteries and healthy this and healthy that. It's not in most. There's an herb called KSM66, which is ashwagandha. It's one of the most clinically researched herbs for lowering stress hormone, which is cortisol. Many people with high cortisol, they can't lose weight. They're anxious. They don't sleep well. Well, that's pretty significant. They're not just throwing angel dust amounts also in something like this. They're actually giving you the therapeutic dose. And then all the array of all the other nutrients is balanced from quality ingredients. Everything that the end result of this is, where does it originate from? If it originates from inferior products, you can't manipulate it into a superior product. And so Q10 or coenzyme Q10 or ubiquinol, it is one of the most important nutrients as we age for cardiovascular disease. It's in this multivitamin. It's in very few multivitamins. And so people who take statin drugs, they are so deficient in Q10, but yet the statin was given to them for heart health and cardiovascular. But yet so many health professionals still are not saying, if you take statin, please take Q10 because we know it's going to make you deficient. So part of this is your own responsibility to learn. And it's also our responsibility at Nutrition World to stay on top of the research so we can easily project that to you and help you and your family in every way we can.
Yeah, and we definitely have with this product in particular. I don't know if we've mentioned the name yet, but this is actually multivitamins by Mount Angel Vitamins. And they do have a 50 plus men's formula that I don't have here. I didn't have it when we were recording this, but bear in mind that they have that one as well. So there's a reason that we include this particular multi as part of our Core 4 program. It's unique. It's different from a lot of the other multis out there. Like Ed mentioned, it's got ingredients like ashwagandha, CoQ10, and then even in the 50 plus formulas, it's got stuff like lycopene and zeaxanthin for eye health. And you just don't find those in a lot of other formulas, and that's why we like it so much. It is unique, it's extensive, it's covering almost all the bases that you could think of, And it does have a proprietary blend of fruits and vegetables that are high in antioxidants. And that's another thing that you don't find a lot is the whole food along with the other nutrients as well. So thanks, Ed. I think we've covered our bases here, but if we didn't and you have questions, please feel free to leave comments below. Give us a call, reach out on social, or visit us in store. We're always happy to answer any questions that you may have. And until next time, well, next week, we will be covering yet another supplement on our Core 4 program. And so we'll see you then. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Thank you.